background.
Oh fuck, wait, I'm watching the wrong video. Fuck. Hey Shazam, I'm actually doing reaction duty. Oh my fucking god. So let me just,
If I were to ask you what
I'm doing well. I'm actually like about to go play WoW after my wait, I need to fucking like check this out. Nice to see you as well. Yeah, I had medical problems. I had medical problems, that's why. So yeah, I'm doing my react duty because my reaction because my react I have a reaction YouTube that actually works pretty well. So yeah.
what looks better, this or this?
Uh doing okay. Doing okay. Basically like I have like fucked up meds, you know?
What would you choose? Now, there's no right or wrong answer here, but I think for most people, they would choose this. But for others, it'd be a no-brainer and definitely choose this one, including myself.
What about
But
you?
this made me wonder, why do some of us tend to gravitate towards 90s anime more?
Take
Why do I
care, man.
constantly find myself watching 90s anime like Yu Yu Hakusho or Berserk for the 100th time, over the new, fresher, polished anime like Jujutsu Kaisen or Demon Slayer? And sometimes I'll say to myself that it's probably just nostalgia, and even though I'm sure it plays a big part
I
of
guess
it,
we'll
I don't think that's all there is to it.
I guess we'll get to we'll get to play together a little bit more once your season finishes, huh? Like I've been like slacking because of medical issues, but like yeah. When new expansion, we get the time. We have like still one raid ahead of us, you know? So yeah.
The aesthetic, the attention to detail, the darker tones and characters, all this I believe is what plays a role into why I prefer 90s anime. And all this is done with what's called cell animation, which is 100% hand-drawn animation frame by frame, as opposed to digital animation, what we see today. And it's with digital animation how we end up with that quote unquote too perfect look. And due to cell animation being 100% hand drawn, it's allowed artists to be more creative with attention to detail, flaws and all. With
Yeah, like so I was saying earlier, the difference is really the tone. The tone of the animes was also like completely different, and it was like something like you can compare it how serious and how just like how different it was. Like the choice of colors was important, but also like the way character interacted with each other. It's something that was like lost in time. Not really. It was something that like was I don't know, like that was kind of like misunderstood. And you can compare it to Ghost in the Shell, Bleach, or Yu Yu Hakusho, and the new animes actually like they look good, but also like they share this what he's talking about, uh, which are like Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, and let's say Demon Slayer, right?
its attention to detail, 90s anime has a unique way of getting you invested in the world and the characters that it's building. Which is why I think there's a reason why so many people, even seeing a screenshot from a 90s anime, makes them want to check it out. Like those lo-fi videos you'll usually find scrolling on YouTube. Take this shot from Princess Mononoke, for example. Everything from the attention to detail and the hand-drawn character design.
Yeah, if you take the time to fucking listen to what the fuck is the story of Mononoke Princess compared to like the your average anime, you'll notice that like like the seriousness and how pressuring, but also like how meticulous and just like respectful it is to itself. You'll notice the difference that like something was lost. It's not Sao. It's not like fucking like new wave. It's not Boruto or something like that, you know? Or it's just like way too chill. It was like really like a work of art telling a tale and not a story. I don't know if you get me. Like these animes were sharing tales and not stories. Maybe it will like make sense to some.
design, the wolf fur cloak, the red face paint, the giant wolf beside her, to the beautiful green foliage in the background grabs you and makes you want to find out more about the world. The dark and uneasy vibes that you get from watching Hiei do Dragon of the Darkness Flame, or the horror of the eclipse from the original Berserk, isn't something that could be replicated by digital animation today. Not to knock any of the more recent animes, because their fight scenes do look great in their own right, but it's missing the soul that you get from traditional animation. Look at the huge difference between 1999's Hunter x Hunter versus 2011's Hunter x Hunter. It's literally like
And also, I gotta talk about the pressure in a 90s anime that is not as present now. You get it. For me, the best example is always Chainsaw Man because I love Makima if you exist. I am a devil rank you never saw before. My address, you'll find it. But anyway, uh the pressure of these animes, like maybe Yu Yu Hakusho, may it be Bleach, may it be Hunter x Hunter, like no matter what, you there is something to that, you know, the pressure of these stories. And it's not the case anymore. Like it's rarely the case anymore. But also like, hey, we like to complain about like everything, right? But like now at least like it became mainstream, you know? Became mainstream and I'm happy with that. I won't,
watching
yeah.
a completely different anime. You're not getting the same uneasy feeling from Kirapika's Scarlet Eyes as you are from the 1999 version. Look at how much more attention to detail and soul there is in the 99 version of when Crollo fights Xena and Silva. You can really tell that the artists put their all into these scenes. As a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, there's a reason I could never bring myself to watch Super, no matter how many people told me it was good. Every time I tried to give it a chance, I could never get past the new art style. Everything seems so bright and colorful.
Yeah. Also, I got like there is something to say about this dude is that he is biased. It is his preference, and I completely understand him. And there is nothing wrong about like being biased about like a certain genre of anime. Okay, it's I am biased about my own games and stuff, so it's also like quite a delicacy to listen to a dude tells you. For me, this is what's the best. You get me?
Characters, for whatever reason, had this weird shininess to them. And to me, it didn't feel like Dragon Ball, it felt like something completely different. There's pictures floating around online if Dragon Ball Super had Dragon Ball Z's art style. And man, was it refreshing to see. Like, you can't tell me the current art style looks better than this. Look at how more threatening and menacing Goku Black looks compared to the current version. It felt like with the current art style of Dragon Ball Super that it felt like I was watching a kid's show. And I mean, I guess technically Dragon Ball Super is a kid's show, but it was just missing that same edge that Dragon Ball Z had. And don't get me started on the character designs in 90s anime. They felt so much more authentic. They felt like the creators really took their time with them. Like, even look at some of these outfits that these characters are wearing. You can't find me anything that comes close to this type of drip in any anime today. And that's what I consider great character design, where you can take a look at a character and without even knowing anything about them, you could get a glimpse of what their personality might be like. Take Spike Spiegel, for example, from Cowboy Bebop. Just from the
I will tell you one little secret about like about Bleach, since we talked about Bleach. So the mangaka that actually like wrote Bleach had a challenge in mind when he designed the Shinigamis. They all start with the same kimono, right? But they need black and white, but they need to be completely differentiable. they need to be able to be differentiated, and this is what he did, and he actually succeeded, especially like because like you watch Bleach with like in anime, it's completely different to watching it to reading it, right? But yeah, just wanted to say that.
Shot alone, you could probably get the idea that Spike is probably a cool, laid back guy. And I always felt entranced by the backgrounds in 90s anime, like the post apocalyptic city of Tokyo in Akira or the lush forests in Princess Mononoke. I remember watching these for the first time and wishing that I could go inside the TV and explore these worlds. And as I said before, I could recognize that a lot of my feelings on 90s anime, a good part of it comes from nostalgia. For example, my favorite anime is Yu Yu Hakusho. And sometimes I wonder if that would still be my favorite anime if I never grew up watching it as a kid. Because I have to admit, there's some parts of Yu Yu Hakusho that didn't age so well. And I wonder if I
Yeah.
somehow erased my memories and rewatched Yu Yu Hakusho today, would I still feel the same way about it? Or would I still be a big fan of Dragon Ball Z if I never had those fond memories of rushing home after school to catch it on Toonami? I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think that we look at 90s anime through rose colored glasses? Because when you really think about it, we only think about the iconic series from that era. Whenever anyone brings up 90s anime, they bring up the classics like Cowboy Bebop, Berserk, Sailor Moon,
Ghost in the Shell. No one brings Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the
Dragon
Shell.
Ball Z. But we don't really bring up all the bad animes that came out from that era as well. But if you ask me personally, even taking nostalgia into account, nothing comes close to the soul that 90s anime seems to have. But I'm interested to hearing what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments. Did you think that 90s anime was the best? Do you think that it just looks old and dated? Let me know down below. And besides that, please hit the like and subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll
I really like this guy. So, subscribe to the intrusive. Thank you. I think that like yeah, we all have our own nostalgia about certain anime, but at the same time, like 90s anime really created really created something that like I don't know. They really created an atmosphere that like was difficult to recreate later, but that was recreated by to me like only Chainsaw Man. Only Chainsaw Man. It has different colors, it has like different vibes. Also, but also actually also now that I'm thinking of it, also Kowloon generic romance actually. Yeah, like this is like a good one. But yeah, so yeah, it was interesting. All right, let's keep on going.